YouTubers, what is up? It is I, Vinny Chill, again here with Chris. Want to say, hope you had a happy 4th of July holiday. Weather wasn't that great here in the Northeast, but hope you still got a chance to relax, see some friends, some loved ones. We missed out on last year, so hopefully you made up for it this year. But safely and responsibly, of course. Chris, do you have a nice holiday?
Yeah, man. Still got all my fingers. Fireworks treat me okay. So,
Nice.
you know,
See, you're wearing a very timely shirt there, appropriate. Lady Liberty there.
that's it. I'm getting ready. We're going back. Javits Center.
So,
Good
yeah,
or bad.
if you paid the extra $100 or whatever for the early access, you could actually have your New York Comic Con tickets already. Unfortunately, I do not at the moment, but here's hoping I still am able to go for a day or two in the fall. But before we get to that con, want to mention again, at least one more time for you kids out there, we've got Silver City Con. July 18th, now just a little over a week away. It is finally here. We're talking 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Silver City Hall, Meriden, Connecticut. And we're going to have a food truck. Craft Witch is going to be there. We've got over a dozen vendors, filled that room up to capacity with vendor tables. We're going to have prizes, raffles, giveaways. Again, courtesy of Alternate Universe down in New Haven and Milford. Go check out their shops. They've got a lot of great stuff. They have generously donated 200 books for the first 200 attendees. Everything has been coming together very nicely the last few months, and we're just so excited to have this finally here for you guys to enjoy. Hopefully by now you've seen some signs out there, noticed something online, seen the flyers in your local shops. We'll be back again probably early 2022 to do another one, but right now the focus is still pulling this one off. So come on down, tell everyone, come up, come down, come sideways. Meriden, July 18th. We'll probably squeeze in maybe one more episode before then, but if not, wanted to give a last shout out and hope to see you there. So now, without further ado, we are back again to talk about Ghostwriter Part 1. Chris and I were talking recently, trying to figure out there's some big comic names on the Marvel and DC side that we haven't done. We haven't dedicated an episode to yet. So Ghostwriter was towards the top of the list. I know, Chris, you're a huge fan of Ghostwriter. And, aside from the two Nick Cage movies that they attempted to pull off years ago, there really hasn't been anything from the Ghostwriter arena. So now, probably still, while it's lying low, you might want to go scoop up some books. We know that there's going to be Rise of the Midnight Suns, potentially a movie in pre-development from what we're hearing. But at some point, whether it's Johnny Blaze or another iteration of Ghostwriter, he's going to make his debut into the MCU at some point. So wanted to talk to you about some key books now, also throw in a few spec books that you wouldn't maybe find on Key Collector or elsewhere. So Chris, take it away.
Yeah, man. As we were discussing, pretty much Moon Knight shows ago, we saw some photos from Oscar Isaacs on Twitter or Instagram, wherever you put them on. It's happening. They're specking on Werewolf by Night. We're getting that horror element to the MCU. Doctor Strange is going to feed into this. WandaVision with Darkhold towards the end. I guess spoiler alert, but you know what? We're a few months out. So anyway.
Well, another really quick spoiler is episode 4 of Loki. They specifically dropped reference to the vampires in the TVA.
Right.
So
and we know we're getting a Blade film.
Right. Yep.
So, I mean, just to kick it off, I mean, it's kind of hit the stratosphere for most collectors. I'm super happy to have in the collection. You know, we have Marvel Spotlight, number 5 from 1972, first appearance of Johnny Blaze as Ghost Rider. You know, everyone knows this book. It's hitting highs like all the other big keys. Without the one thing with this book though is there's no real Ghost Rider spec like that's definitely like this is what's going to happen. But the books hit highs. I suggest if you can even go get Marvel Spotlight 6, his second appearance, or even Ghost Rider number 1, which is almost an identical cover. I mean, I've done double takes at shows all the time when you see the prices, and you have Hellstrom's in there and whatnot as well. So I mean, you know, there's options out there to get some really cool, you know, Silver Age, Bronze Age covers of Ghost Rider, some nice early appearances. Let me see. I'm gonna go old school though for a first spec book. Now there's tons of these. I know you get them for I think cover price was $6. I definitely see them in the cheapy bins. This is Marvel Legacy number 1. This has the first appearance of kind of the Avengers 1 million BC, including Ghost Rider. So there's several covers, and you know you can look for your variants. And it's not a huge spec book, but it's a nice cheap one. It's pretty cool for the collection. So I say go out and get it. Might as well start at the beginning.
Nice. I'm gonna do my first book is also an earlier one. So this is Ghost Rider number 3, and this is the first time that Johnny Blaze summons a motorcycle from hell. So you know you've got to have, if you're gonna have Ghost Rider, you really can't have him without the motorcycle. So it's already been done the first time around in the Nick Cage films, but you know to have Ghost Rider without the motorcycle it's not going to happen. Plus, you know, you throw in Ketch, maybe you got some Spirit of Vengeance there. So again, this is pretty cheap. This is like, you know, $10 in a mid-grade or something. So definitely still very affordable, but a good key issue to have.
I mean, they're all awesome covers back then. Not the most family friendly, but you know, some pretty sweet artwork. You know, and the character's always at the forefront, which is nice. Let's see. I mean, it's got a little heat, but Ghost Rider number 1, first appearance of Danny Ketch. This book is a little tough because of the black border, but you know not the second Ghost Rider, but I guess the second Ghost Rider who rides a motorcycle. And Danny Ketch is, I think he's the Spirit of Vengeance right now in the comics, if I'm up to date.
I think so.
Or the Spirit of Corruption. I forget. I gotta catch up on some of the reading, but you know, great book to have. Just classic '90s. Like I had a beat up copy from when I was younger, and I had to go get another one. I believe I bought this at Terrificon, which will be attending again at the end of July, beginning of August this year. You know, just snagged it to have for the PC, and you know, just eventually get it on the wall. But I know it's got a little heat now, but it's still definitely affordable, under $50. Nice high grade.
Nice. So for my next one, I'm sticking with that first run, so a little bit earlier, and this is Ghost Rider number 22. Now, this is also in a newsstand, only going to run you a few bucks. Think you can find a pretty crispy copy for under $10. But again, specking on whether it's going to be Ghost Rider in another standalone film or partnered up with people in something. They're going to be maybe throwing in some villains. And so, again, this is first appearance of Enforcer. You can see him there kind of shooting that fire at Johnny Blaze out of his chest. So who knows? Anyone's guess at what villains they're going to pull into the MCU. But again, this is an early villain for a few bucks, and why not? So there you go.
Absolutely. Let me see. All right, I have not the greatest cover, but at least I got a copy. So this is a lot of Ghostwriter number ones. Ghostwriter number one, blank, obviously, sketch variant. I believe it's from 2015. The first appearance of Alejandra Jones. So she is the first, I think, the first female Ghostwriter. So, with all these shows and whatnot, we don't know what we're going to end up getting. Tons of different covers for this. I believe there's a nice Neil Adams cover for this book, too. I've been on the lookout. Just this is what I happened to get at the time off the rack. Still obviously haven't gotten a sketch, but definitely worth looking. All these kind of main Ghostwriter characters are heating up. As we're doing research for this episode, kind of noticed there's almost as many Ghostwriters as there are Spider-Man, like from the Spider-Verse. There's tons out there. You never know what they're gonna do. Like we discussed, Midnight Suns. However, they can bring all this stuff in. So I say there's definitely some nice cheap spec dollar books and good reads.
Yep. All right. My next book is from the next volume, volume 2 in the early 90s. So we've got this again. It's a little beat up. Got this a while back, but only for like $1 or $2. And again, it's just a really awesome cover. Skulls on fire and glows in the dark. In fact, I think according to Key Collector, they said it's the first glow in the dark cover that Marvel had done. So yeah, I don't know. There's also, I think there's another version of it out there too, where the writing is in red, not black. I forget which one was the first print or second print, but yeah, just cool cover to have for the PC.
That gold's the second print, I think.
And there you go. That makes sense.
The red writing is the first print with the black background, I believe. But yeah, I mean, if you read comics in the 90s, you probably had that book. I have a beat up copy, and I grab a couple out of the dollar bins here or there if I see them. Good to flip, good to just for nostalgia. Let me see. All right. Another new Ghostwriter, number 1. This is Robbie Reyes, Ghostwriter, number 1. Again, this book caught a little heat. He is a card-carrying member of the Avengers at this moment in the Marvel Comics. So instead of a motorcycle, he's got a Charger. It's a pretty sweet muscle car. I don't know. Anything's possible, right? And obviously, he was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for 2 seasons. So we'll see, which Ghostwriter they're going to bring. But I mean, I don't know. Pretty cool concept. I don't think it was warmly received when this book came out. I think the print runs were a little bit low, but there's definitely some nice incentive covers, things like that for this character. And so far, I mean, they've been, including him he's not just an ancillary Avenger. He's in there. He's on the team. I could see them. They're going to start cycling characters in and out. So I think another good grab.
All right. Now, sticking with the early 90s volume 2 run, this is issue number, 21? And pretty crispy copy. Got it a while ago, but again, you can still find it in under $10. My understanding is that this is actually a pretty low print run, I believe. But they're definitely out there. It caught fire a little bit, but this is, Chris, help me out. The Italian guy's name, it becomes Vengeance, Balladini. I didn't do as much. Battolino, yeah. Didn't do as much prepping as you did. But but yeah, so this is the first appearance of him, and then he will later become Vengeance in another. Actually, no. This is where he becomes Vengeance. His first appearance as a person is an earlier issue, right?
No, that's his first appearance as a human, and then it's in Spirits of Vengeance, something or other.
You're right.
Vengeance.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. My bad. Yep.
Here, tell you what.
No. You're right.
Right,
it is.
We'll
It's Spirit of Vengeance. Spirit of Vengeance.
Go on.
I'll drop it in.
Vengeance, you figure it out, whatever. But
you
heard it here first. We put you on the path. All right. Let me see. I got a 2 for the end. You want me to go and then you take us out? Yeah, sure.
All right. So just to sort of dovetail with how we started, this, at least one of them, has caught a little bit of heat lately, but really, all six go together. So, Ghostwriter 28, Spirit of Vengeance #1, Morbius #1, Darkhold #1, Night Stalkers #1, and Ghostwriter 31. So that's the sixth part of the Rise of the Midnight Sun story arc. So just bragging out two of them for now to show. So we've got part 1, part 6. They're all key issues, but really these are the two that you want. And the first one is the first cameo appearance of the Midnight Sun. So we're talking Ketch, Blaze, Blade, Morbius, a few other people in there, the 9. Also, it's first appearance of Lilith, Meat Market, and Caretaker. So this is the first cameo appearances, and Meat Market, Lilith, and Caretaker first appearance altogether. And then in #6, it's the first full team appearance of the Midnight Suns. So if they are going to actually go through with this movie and then appear in other stuff, then those are the two you want, cameo and full.
Yeah, completely forgot to mention earlier the Morbius movie. I mean, it's it's in the can, right? We're just waiting for I guess Sony to decide how they're going to release things, but there's another character that's, it's happening.
Right.
I'm going to round out with my most favorite Ghost Rider. That is Cosmic Ghost Rider, because I'm a huge Punisher fan. So I got the lenticular cover for Thanos 13. This is kind of a cheap book. This is the cheapest out of all of them. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the others yet. But Frank Castle, he basically goes off the rails even more than he normally is. Gets the power Cosmic. I think first he gets the Spirit of Vengeance, and then he gets the power Cosmic from Galactus, and then he starts hanging out with Thanos, and he's basically his enforcer. So, just the banter that he has with Thanos, like all these books, this whole Thanos run is great. Some really amazing covers, first, second, third prints with Cosmic Ghost Rider on it. I really enjoyed it as a Punisher fan. I don't know when or if he's going to get another ongoing, but this would be a way to get Frank Castle into the MCU, and it would be pretty insane. He was a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, everything like that. Sorry, just geeking out here. I really enjoyed it. I miss my Punisher books, and this is pretty cool. And then last to dovetail off of that is What If 25. So this is actually the first kind of go around of Frank Castle as a Herald of Galactus. Just no flaming skull, just riding a space motorcycle, blowing up planets with gigantic, comic book guns. And I don't know, it's definitely a dollar book. I figure, hey, maybe it's worth a grab for some of you out there if you see it, because it's definitely the prelude prototype for kind of Cosmic Ghost Rider. And I know it's a Guardians of the Galaxy issue, but sticking to old Frank for this.
Nice. Well, we'll have to work in some Punisher at some point, because I know you got some good books for that too, and we really haven't touched on Punisher yet on this show. So more to come on that. Got anything else, Chris? Or are we wrapping up a little bit earlier?
Come on down to Silver City Con. There's no membership. 99 cents to get in the door. Free.
12 and under free.
Yep, there you go. We're gonna have some great dealers here. It's mostly comic books, but we're gonna have a nice old school show. I think we've all been waiting for some things really to get going again. I'm excited, and you all should be too. It's gonna be great. I think. It's going to be great just trying to get this off the ground, and excited to see everyone there. And, it's going to have a good time.
That's for sure. Damn straight. And just a couple other little tidbits. If you're still watching out there, which hopefully you are, rain or shine. So it's currently raining right now outside. We are in the dog days of summer. It's hot. It's humid. but it's going to happen. It's indoors. We've got air conditioners going inside there, so there should be plenty of air conditioning to keep everyone cool. And if not, we've got water, we've got soda. Food trucks are going to be outside. We're selling ice cold water and soda to you to keep you refreshed and hydrated. So stop by our beverage counter. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be a ton of comic vendors. Silver Age, Copper, Bronze, Modern. We've got 2 dealers coming, one specializing in board games, card games, Magic the Gathering cards, Pokemon cards. We got another dealer coming who also is a big person in the Twitch world and has his own YouTube channel for video games. So he's bringing some old school video games, hard to buy elsewhere, more cards, Pokemon cards, games. But then, yeah, the rest of the people are basically going to be all comics. So you want some comics, you're going to see some good comics, and they're just there for the taking, for the right price.
No eBay fees, no
shipping.
No postal service, media mail, Ace Ventura delivering your packages, none of that. Come down, you get to hold it in your hand, see what's what, check for that Marvel value stamp, and walk out the door happy.
Mark's Jewelers.
Yeah.
You never
know. Put 2 long boxes.
All right, kids. Well, until next time, stay safe, stay nerdy, and we'll see you July 18th.